Hey guys, this is John Kalam from Kuhol Garage, and I'm here right now to share with you guys updates on our project, Budget Meals Rally Car Race Car, based out of an early big body Toyota Corolla with a 1NZ swap. This car has been sitting idle for several months now, and we haven't raced it at all this year. Right now, I'm kind of figuring out the things that I'm doing in my daily life. I've started a new job. Quite recently, I've started being an educator in a professional sense. I'm kind of now in the academe, and so a lot of the things that I have been doing has been on the backbencher. And among other projects, especially this one over here. While on the background, we're also continuing to work on Project Coupe All-Wheel Drive, which is back at KVI Quick Lube over in Parañaque. We're here right now at I guess you could say, the new Kuhol Garage, where we are working on, or we will be working on, our very long-term projects. There are other things here around that I would be touching on in the next episodes or a couple of videos. There will be other projects that I'll be touching on as the weeks and months progress. We are here right now talking about this car over here, our budget rally race car. So right now I'm here, crouched beside this Corolla race car. This has been a race car for a long duration of its life. Right now, currently, it has no tires over here. It's not on its tires. It's because we removed the transmission out of this car. This car previously had a C56 with a TRD LSD, which we have sold on to our friend in Cagayan de Oro, modifying it to fit his Yaris and then shipping it off. Long story short, I think he is happy with his purchase, considering a little bit of a hiccup. I apologize for a bit of the installation hiccups that he has had with his transmission. It's because that the transmission, as fitted to this car, was actually designed to fit this car for a Corolla, and yet has the bell housing for an NZ series transmission. So we converted it to have the proper shifting for our Yaris, proper shifting mechanism. But a little bit of install snafus. He had to redo the installation in Cagayan de Oro. So I apologize for that, but I think my friend is enjoying his transmission already. The thing is, that leaves us without a transmission for this car. And actually, we've acquired a transmission already. Let me see. I don't know if you can see it here. I don't know if I can lift it. Yeah, I can scooch it. Yeah, right over there is another converted transmission that we have created for the Corolla. Okay, right here is another C-Series transmission. It's not a very fancy transmission. It's basically a C52 out of a Corolla GLI. We have made a video discussing the benefits of the C52 transmission. You could check it out. I'll put a link somewhere over here. But based on the thing that we want to do with this car, I think that the ratios of the C52 would be just perfect to what we want to do. So to reiterate, the C52 has a very long first gear, 3.166 first gear, and the ones from the GLI big body Corolla, as found in the Philippines, it has a 4.056 final drive, if I'm not mistaken. And so yeah, this has no LSD. It's an open differential. It's a bone stock C52, except for the fact that it has... Shit! It fell! Ah! Don't have a tripod. Okay. Ditch that shit. Yan! Can you see? We'll put it here. Yan! Okay. You can see the transmission fine right in here, right? Yeah. This is an ordinary C52 transmission, except for the fact that it has an NZ bell housing coming off of a 2NZ transmission. This actually the bell housing that we have been using for the longest time in the previous transmission setup that we have. There's a bit of a performance loss as far as the ability to handle cornering upon acceleration and whatever the benefits of a limited slip differential has. It's don't have the cash right now to get another LSD transmission or just the LSD for that matter. So we'll have to make do with this one. And I feel that maybe no need to, even though an LSD would be very much needed or very much appreciated in a front wheel drive race car, especially with the plans that I'm going to discuss later. As of now, I think the most important thing is to just get the car running. And then when we get an LSD again, if ever we can afford it, we will cross the bridge when we get there. Anyway, our team at KBI Quick Lube is already more than competent in opening these transmissions up and installing the LSDs. We've done a lot of these transmissions already. So when we do it again for ourselves in the future, whenever that would be, at least we can get it. We're gonna install. The reason why we haven't installed this is because there is nobody to install it. I cannot do it by myself. I'm not a mechanic. But even though I can just get the boys from KBI Quick Lube here to this location, the thing is I'm waiting on a better clutch pack for this one. We're running the 2NZ flywheel here, and for our plan for this car is we're going to increase the power. And so to increase the power, we kind of need a clutch that would be more suited to support that much power. So I'm bringing in a flywheel. I'm waiting for the flywheel to come. I think it will be another 2 weeks before it will arrive. But when it arrives, we'll be able to install it. The flywheel is actually for 1NZ. Yeah, probably I could look for it locally, but anyway, I'm not in a I don't exactly have the time to go around the surplasans to look for a flywheel. The 1NZ clutch is actually the same as the GLI clutch. It's also the 212 mm diameter, I think, clutch, while the 2NZ clutch that we are running is a 200 mm clutch. So it's smaller. So when we are going to add a bit of power to this engine, we kinda need a better clutch. And we're just gonna go run an OEM clutch. We don't think we will need any more than that, because we're just going to probably add 50% more power. We're not going to add 100% more power. Hello guys, I am taking this video on a very windy December afternoon. And as you can see that the Corolla, while it may be a little bit dirty, it already has all 4 wheels attached and it's already standing on them. So that means we were able to install the transmission in the car. The point of it is, okay, now the engine bay is, well, not in 100% working order, but at least the engine is situated in a correct manner. There is no intake system yet. I have to reinstall the throttle body, but yeah, the transmission is in temporarily. As you can see, it has no shift fork. Don't know why they haven't installed that, but I think they didn't install that. It's because that I told them that I was able to scrounge up some funds and was able to locate another limited slip differential. So that's coming in an indeterminate time. We just had this installed, the engine with the gearbox and with all the front wheels attached, so that we can start laying out our intake piping for the turbo. Speaking of turbo, we're gonna run this little guy over here, right? It's some sort of T25 turbo. I don't know if it's a T25, a T2, whatever, but it is using the T2, T25 flange. And this is a turbo manifold that I acquired from, we purchased online, that fits a T2 T25 turbo. This turbo I had lying around for the longest time. I don't know where it came from. But it's laid out in such a way that it has the compressor housing with that compressor outlet pointing to the right direction already. So that's pretty nice as far as the install is concerned. We need to fabricate a new downpipe. Thankfully, our exhaust system is already a 2.5-inch diameter full system stainless steel exhaust. So adapting, we don't have to recreate a new exhaust. We just have to make a new downpipe and link it to the existing exhaust. So that's good. We need to lay down the oil lines, oil drain, oil feed, intake system. Try to see if we can still locate our battery here or relocate the battery. I don't know yet. I already acquired some injectors. I acquired some 2ZZ GE injectors, so that's gonna take care of the fueling requirements, at least part of it. But we're still thinking of what fuel management to use, and we're also thinking what fuel to use. I'm thinking we convert this car to E85 to run E85. The problem is where we are located here in the undisclosed location. There's no easy source for E85. E85, as far as I know, is only available at 2 Sea Oil gas stations in Pasig and for some reason Esitex. Yeah, so thinking of E85. Hopefully, since I am speaking to you in the midst of the Christmas holidays here in our country, I will have a hell of a lot of time, and actually that's why I'm able to do this video, because I have a lot of slack time, extra time right now in my hands, idle time. So I'm completing this video that has been long overdue about this ragtag race car of ours. This is gonna be in operation sooner than later. Hopefully by March, hopefully February. I don't know yet, depending on our workload and my personal funds. Because we intend to race with this car for the 2025 Slalom Autocross Gymkhana season. So we're gunning for top honors. Instead of a class championship, we're gunning for top honors now. Hopefully with this platform, we will be able to do so. I received some tips from my titos in motorsport on how to set up the car. I think driving wouldn't be so much of a problem. I don't want to think of driving. I think I know how to drive already, not to brag, but it's just a matter of preparation, matter of getting this car in fit and fighting form. So that's the update on this car. Thankfully, it's on its wheels, and inshallah, we would be getting this car in fit and fighting form. All right, so that's it. I'll end this video now. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Ciao.